Hello, thank you for joining me. I'm Mark Sengupta with ARC, Research Director. And joining me here is Mike Brown with Honeywell Process Solutions. He's the Global Director for Advanced Solutions. Thank you, Mike. Welcome.
Thank you.
Last year in 2015, we saw an increased interest in the industrial Internet of Things. Was your company able to leverage that market trend in 2015? And if so, what were some of the success stories that you had?
Yeah, so a lot of activity, a lot of interest in the industrial Internet of Things. For me, the whole industrial Internet of Things really provides a great framework for us to, I think, bring some new technology to the market and allow our customers really to develop new business models. All right, and what we're seeing is very exciting. We understand the opportunities, and Honeywell's taking it very seriously. So if we look at Honeywell's position with respect to the industrial Internet of Things, we really look at this in 4 levels. I guess the bottom level is really that connected devices and connectivity. The second level is really looking at on-site control and the whole data management. You then want to be able to move that information up into the cloud, so where we have the data analytics and the analytics running, and then people collaboration technology as well. So those 4 areas have really defined Honeywell's industrial Internet of Things. And we've been doing some really exciting things in each of those areas. So we start at the bottom with connectivity, our smart line devices, our connected devices. We have wireless capability now so that we can actually take anything on our smart line and connect information straight to the internet via wireless. So we don't even have to basically go through the control systems anymore when it doesn't make sense to do that. We look at OPC UA and really Honeywell moving its whole all that work we've been doing with OPC over the years and really leading the OPC market. We've taken that to the OPC UA and embedded UA market, where we can now actually embed OPC directly into the chips of devices, which allow that connectivity to be pervasive on all devices. So, the growth of the OPC UA is going to be foundational for us. If we go up to that one next level, and we start talking about the edge devices, such as the Experion system, the control system itself, and some of the data management. We have a SCADA coming out that's actually going to be cloud enabled. Our RTUs are going to be cloud enabled so that information can connect directly to the cloud and provide that information for cloud-based applications that need to actually be able to process that information at the cloud level. We're even looking at that right at the Experion level now in terms of how do we actually bring that cloud connectivity and whatnot right down into the actual Experion level, always in a secure manner, but really taking advantage of those IoT concepts. And then going up one level with the analytics, okay, being able to move that data up into a cloud environment. We run a couple of POCs last year to take our PhD historian and actually get that cloud enabled. And we're starting to see some demand and some interest really in getting those data systems all up in the cloud, where people can actually start to use that data and merge that data with other data a lot more effectively. We've developed our analytics layer with Asset Sentinel, which is also cloud enabled now. And then the last area is really people connectivity and people collaboration, where we are actually connecting people to the devices. We released our Pulse application yesterday here at the ARC. We had a large press conference on it so that any type of alerts or any notifications can be directly sent to users. They can acknowledge, they can see that information, they can get into the context of the surveillance, do some trends of the information, share that event with other people so that in the moment they can actually connect the information a lot better.
Great. So we know that the biggest nemesis for customers or your customers is unplanned downtime. So what kind of products, solutions, and services does Honeywell offer to help them with this pain?
Yeah, great question. The unplanned downtime has been a big area for people. So people have been doing this for a while, but I think the industrial Internet of Things has really changed the way we can do it, the potential for this to get much bigger than it has in the past. So Honeywell's been in the space of what we call asset performance management, or building these monitoring solutions for a long time now. So we look at the upstream industry. So we have applications where we monitor the upstream assets in the Gulf of Mexico for a number of customers, bring that information back to the mainland, to a centralized surveillance monitoring center. The mining industry, we monitor trucks, shovels, drag lines in the mining industry, bring all that operational information to a centralized location. But what we're really trying to do now with the industrial Internet of Things is figure out how to make this scalable. The scalability is really what customers are looking for in these application areas. How do we start to connect these devices? How do we start to roll out these applications in a very scalable way? And our Asset Sentinel product that we released this year has a common asset model where we can tie all of the data through to the analytics, through to the actual data model, so that we can define asset classes in our asset performance management solutions, and you can easily scale those across the organization. So scalability is what is really going to be key for us in helping our customers roll this out across their enterprise much faster, much better.
Great. So most manufacturers and processors seek big data analytics to go through all this data that we've been collecting for decades, right? What types of big data analytics does Honeywell offer?
Yeah, so big data analytics can mean a lot of things to different people. When we look at big data analytics, first of all, you need analytics tools to be able to actually mine the data and understand the relationships, the correlations, and whatnot. Secondly, you need to be able to fuse the data. And this is where it's one of the real challenging areas. How do you take real-time data, maintenance data, deferment data, economic data, all sitting in different databases and bring this together for analysis, okay? That's one area that we're really looking at is how do you do all that data contextualization? The other area is how do you actually manage the whole real-time flow and automation of the analytics? So ensuring that you're not just understanding the relationships, but you want to convert those into predictive analytics that you can actually run in a plant or run in a facility. And so the whole event detection, straight through to event management and knowledge management of these systems, and how to get these into an automated system is where we're really spending our time and focus and helping our customers achieve it. Because you have to make the analytics as automated as possible. If we look at the systems we have today, we have, again, I refer in the upstream industry, I refer back to the upstream industry, we have applications today that are running 180,000 analytics per day. 23 million data elements processed a day. And these are very big data solutions. The challenge, again, is scalability of these things. So ensuring that we have analytics tools that can make these as scalable as possible and roll these analytics out in a scalable fashion where they're supportable, that's what's going to make these things very usable in the industry.
Great. Interest in cybersecurity has increased at all levels in automation and in enterprise-wide markets. How has this affected the Honeywell business as a whole, and how are you responding with products and solutions?
Yeah, so I heard an interesting quote the other day. Somebody mentioned, they said, without cybersecurity, there's no IIoT. And I think that's actually very true. And Honeywell's in a pretty unique position that we have such strong understanding of the automation layer, right from the control systems down to the devices. But we also have very strong understanding of the IT layer. Okay, and a lot of the IIoT concepts are being driven from that kind of industrial IT level. So when you bring the automation together that we understand and the IT level together we understand, we can really do some interesting things around cybersecurity to ensure that our IIoT vision and our IoT offerings are very cyber secure. So an example, we released Pulse this week, and how we ensure that Pulse is really a cyber secure application, sharing information. You're starting to move things across mobile devices, absolutely critical. So our team, we've been in the business of cybersecurity for 10 years, so Honeywell has a very strong position there. We do everything from helping customers with assessments, compliance, regulation. The power industry is very big on NERC CIP. We're moving into areas such as managed services for our customers, where we can actually help them support their systems remotely for them, and we're developing software for them. So Cyber Risk Manager is a product that actually allows them to actually run a tool that tells them their risk level in terms of and manage their cybersecurity from a software perspective. So lots of good stuff happening there.
Okay. How has your company adjusted its value proposition to provide your customers new solutions that provide return on investments, return on assets that they require for their project justification?
Yeah, we're seeing our customers really move to looking for much more of an outcome-based solution or an outcome-based value proposition, and that's critical for them. So they want to understand how these new concepts like knowledge as a service, software as a service, platform as a service, how can they start taking advantage of these concepts in order to get a better value proposition? How can they deploy technology faster? How can they deploy it such that it actually generates a higher rate of return? And how can they better sustain it? So you take the IIoT and you take some of these concepts we talked about, like platform as a service, software as a service, cloud enablement, mobility, these really come together now to change that whole value proposition for our customers. Being able to offer that, broadly is what customers are really trying to understand, is how to take advantage of this. So they really have to come together.
Great. Well, thank you, Mike. Appreciate it.
Great, thank you.
This has been a conversation with Mike Brown, Global Director of Advanced Solutions for Honeywell Process Solutions. Thank you.